Good morning, everyone, and happy Monday, I guess. It's a little dreary out there for me to be able to say happy Monday with much enthusiasm, but we'll give it a try. Thank you for joining us for our Social Media Monday webinar today. You've got me, Lissa Evans, your host. Normally these are with Bree Shirley. She's our head of the social media department here at Tucker, but Bree is out on maternity leave. She was also going to be joining us in remotely because she's awesome like that, but has started with contractions, so we did not ask her to have to suffer through contractions while also helping host a webinar. So instead, we're just sending our best wishes to Bree for an easy delivery. So with that being said, this webinar is going to be a little bit more casual than normal because the topic, which is Facebook friend lists, there's some things to discuss about it, but a lot of it is also going to be kind of like a show and tell, so we'll keep it pretty casual. Just like always, all of you guys are muted. We do that to cut down the background noise. So if you have a question at any point, go ahead and locate the questions panel, like in your menu bar. You can type in a question there, and it goes to us directly, and then if we need to answer it to the whole group, we will do so, or we'll shoot you back a reply privately. You can also use the raise hand feature, and that just lets us know that maybe we need to go back and cover something again or pause because a question is coming or something like that. So look for those two options. So, all right, let's get started. So today we're talking about Facebook friend lists. So why use friend lists? Well, you use them to organize your collection of friends on Facebook. By doing that, it allows you to make certain posts targeted towards people, post an update for specific people, hide posts from certain people, post and not allow certain people to see lists, all that types of stuff, or types of kind of filtering. You can also choose to see updates from specific groups, which can be very beneficial. We'll talk about that in a minute. There are default friend lists that Facebook builds for you, and then you can also make custom lists. And whichever you use, those default ones or custom ones, as you add and remove friends to those lists, people will not be notified, so that's good to know. Now, if you do any of your own, like Googling about using Facebook friend lists, there are some helpful tutorials and guides out there, but one thing that you'll see as like a common theme is the question of the fate of friend lists. So for a while, kind of word on the street was that Facebook was getting rid of the friend list, so there's a lot of information still out there about that. I think the final decision from Facebook was that they left friend lists there, but they took away some certain features. So it is one of those things that kind of still hangs on the edge slightly, so we do want to show you how to use this and talk about the benefits of it, but just know that there is a chance that it is a feature that could go away in the future. But I think you'll get some benefit from it until that point, if that point even comes. So the default friend lists that Facebook provides you, there we go, are the following. Close friends. When you label someone as a close friend, you get extra notifications when they post, although you can also turn that off at any point. Acquaintances, so people you might want to share less with. Restricted, so those are people that you've added as friends but you don't want to share with. The example they give is like your boss. Maybe that includes like friends of your kids or something like that. So people on the restricted list can only see your public content, your public posts, or things that you tag them in. So keep that in mind when you're posting, and we'll talk more as well about that audience view and permission level. And then you also have a whole bunch of smart lists, and these are created automatically by Facebook. Typically, they're based on places that you've noted that you worked before, lived, your current city, past cities, places like that. And we'll look at those examples in a minute. So you can also make custom friend lists. And why would you want to do that? Good question. Custom friends lists allow you to avoid a one-size-fits-all approach to social media posting. So you could post maybe some real estate heavy types of articles or share some stuff or talk about the business and choose to show that just to a certain group of people. or kind of just, it lets you basically think about more how these different groups within Facebook might respond to different types of posting that you're doing, and then diversify your posting. So again, limiting that one size fits all. So we talked just a minute ago, very briefly, about targeting your posts to specific groups. That's using the audience selector. So public, friends, you can also choose friends of anyone tagged, only me, and then custom, which is where you can say to these groups that you've created or everyone except these groups. And then your custom friend lists also allow you to view posts from specific groups of friends. So this can be really beneficial. If you joined us for either of our past two webinars on engagement, we had Engagement 101, Engagement 102, I think. So when it comes to engaging, remember what's really important is commenting back on people's posts, and both how they respond to you, responding to those, but then also just people's posts, you being the one to reach out and start that engagement. So you can use Facebook friend lists to even have like an A list of sorts within Facebook, and you can choose to view just their posts so that as you have like your scheduled social media networking time, you view those posts, and that's where you start with engaging. You start commenting on those posts, because otherwise what you're seeing in your newsfeed can be a little overwhelming. You can get distracted. So if you limit what you're looking at and saying, I need to focus on these people from this group and start commenting on their posts, that can really help you stay focused. All right, so let's look at some examples now. I am going to pull up my own Facebook page. All right, so to get to your friend list, if you are on your regular page, like I'm on my news feed, and if you're not there, you can always get back there by clicking the Facebook button in the top left corner by the search bar. Under Explore, what you're looking for is a section called Friend List, and so I had to hit See More, and there's my friend list category under Explore. So I click on that, and then it shows me all of these lists that either I created or Facebook created. I will tell you that most of these I did not create, so this goes again back to that default from Facebook. Family, close friends, restricted. It made these school ones based on where I've gone to school that I've put in my profile, where I've worked in the past, so it's doing some of that by default. But then here's my example list that I made for you guys. It's called Youngins. So this is a group I created because we had an intern for the last few months here in the training department, and we very much love TJ, but sometimes there are things I'm posting that I maybe don't need the 17-year-old high school student to see, or I don't want him commenting on. Not that my Facebook page is full of anything inappropriate, but I don't necessarily want TJ to see that I've been, out at a concert drinking, for example, or maybe kids of my sisters as they're reaching Facebook age. I don't necessarily want them to see everything. So I created this custom list called Youngins. I can click on Manage List to rename it if I decide to change it. Right on here, I can add friends to the list, or I can also do that under here, Edit List. So when I hit Edit List, you can see who's already a part of that list, and then I can also go ahead and add additional friends. I'm going to use Christy. Oh, nope, that's searching for my current friends. So add friends to list. I'm going to use Christy here, who is not a youngin, but we're going to use her for an example. So I can check that and hit Finish. And then as those people post, they would show up here in this feed. So again, that was under Explore. I had to click on See More, and then I can go to Friend List and create a list very easily. So maybe this is my past client. I should spell client right. And I'm going to add Katie here, my other friend, Katie. These are all past clients of mine, let's say, and create. So now when I'm viewing that past clients list, I'm seeing just their recent Facebook posts. So it's going to help me target when I'm commenting. So I can say like, hey, that looks awesome, Katie. I'd love to go with you, or I have an extra ticket, let me send it to you. So that's what we mean when we talk about using that, those lists to focus in on your engaging with people. So again, from my main Facebook page, under Explore, See More, and Friend Lists, and there they all are. So when I'm posting something, I'm going to go to my page, and I could do this from my page, or I could do it from my dashboard. Happy Monday! So I type my message, I put my photo in there, whatever it is I want to do. And then down below, you have the option of if you want to go on Newsfeed, your story, or both. And this is where I can customize now who I want to see that post. Most of my posts by default are set to public, just because I know people are going to be Googling me, checking out my Facebook page if they want to see who I am as an agent or as a teacher. So most of those I'm cool with the world seeing without having to be my friend, but I can always change that. So I'm going to click on that permission level. You can also do this on your phone, but I'm just doing it on my computer for ease. So I click on that permission level, and I can change it to just friends or friends except. So this would be where maybe if I'm posting something about I need suggestions for my husband David's birthday coming up, where should I take him to dinner, I can say, show this to everyone except Mr. David Evans right here, and he wouldn't see it. So that's a cool little feature. But then if I click on more, that's where I can do specific friends, and notice I can search for a friend or a list. So I typed youngins, and there's that list. So I want to share with just them. Or same thing with the friends except, search for a friend or list. I'm going to post this picture of my night out, and I want to share it with everyone except my youngins list. They don't need to see that I was out drinking. So that's how I change that. So this can be, again, a really good way for you to maybe post. You want to be careful with your posting. So if you've been to or attended one of our webinars before, you'll hear Bree talk about how it's a balance with what you're posting. You want to post some business stuff for sure, because you want to keep reminding people that you're in real estate, but at the same time, you don't want to make it all real estate all the time. That's boring. You're going to lose people. So if there are people that are responding more to those real estate articles, you could add them to a specific friend list called interested in real estate or something like that. And then every other article or every other something or another that you're posting about real estate, share with just that group. Does that make sense? Or if you're sharing information, promoting certain vendors, you should share that with your whole list, but maybe instead you've done a lot of that, so you want to say share with everyone, or share with just a list of other realtors, because you want to give some tips to other realtors about these great vendors you've had a good experience with. So hopefully that makes sense. I will also say, as far as the permission level, only me, like literally means only you would see that post. I'm a fan of the status, especially if you're not super comfortable with Facebook yet, or if you're sharing something new. So maybe you are sharing a link to your Tucker app, and you're not quite sure what that preview would look like when you post that link, or you're not sure how pictures will look or something like that. You can use this only me status. So now when I hit share, no one is going to see that, literally, other than me, but I can see what it looks like on my Facebook page. Or if I want, I could post it there to later open that to the public or to friends, just so it's already posted and ready to go, and then I can release it. So that's using the only me. And I'm actually a fan of that, again, just so you can kind of test out what you're about to post and feel a little bit more comfortable about it. I'm going to go ahead and just delete that so I'm not confused later about why I did that. All right, so again, this is our pretty casual Social Media Monday. We went over the different types of lists that Facebook provides for you. I'm going to get back to those again by going to my main page here. And under Explore, click See More and Friend Lists. And those default ones that they make are family and close friends, restricted, And then the smart lists are business-related ones where in my profile I've marked that I worked for a certain company or went to a certain school. It makes those by default. And then this is where I can go to create a new list. I can give it a name, add friends directly here. If I want to add friends later to a list, no problem. I can open that list and click to add friends over here. Sometimes it displays right here in the middle, so I can do that in either place. I can also, if I want to add friends to that list, go to my profile, go to my friends, and hover over where it says friends and add to another list. And Kelly here is going to go on FC Tucker Company, for example. I don't know why I have two FC Tuckers, but I do. So I'm going to put her on both of those. I can make a new list from here. So I could also do that. It's probably not as fast to do that for every one of your friends. I would recommend instead going to the actual list and then adding friends. And so again, go back to my friends list. So that was adding people to the list, and then I can also choose to view a list just by going to this section again and clicking on, for example, FC Tucker Company. And here's everyone on that list, and I can focus on maybe responding to their posts or just see what my Tucker friends are up to or see what my past clients are up to, see what my family's up to, whatever my list is. So, all right, that is a quick overview of Facebook friend lists. Facebook has some pretty good help tutorials as well about friend lists as far as using them, the different types, suggestions, things like that. And I linked a couple of help links at the bottom on these slides as well. You'll get a copy of this presentation in a follow-up email tomorrow, I think, that comes automatically, so you can look for that, or just go ahead and do a quick Google search. Just remember, whenever you're doing a Google search for help, look for a trusted site. So if you're going to search for Facebook friend lists, the first thing you want to look for is if that article is coming from Facebook.com directly. That's going to be the most trusted site. And you can, it's not to say you shouldn't check out some local bloggers' sites and things. Just always take that information with a grain of salt since it's not coming directly from the source. So it will take some time to get your Facebook friend list set up. It can take a lot of time. So just start carving out maybe like 10 to 15 minutes a day to start organizing your list. But then I think once you have that started and going, it'll be easier to stick with. As you add friends, you can do it there automatically. And then once you start using them, you'll really see the benefit of being able to target who is seeing your posts, who is not seeing your posts, what posts you're viewing, and being able to respond faster to the groups who your engagement is maybe a little bit more relevant. So that is it. If you have any questions, again, locate that questions panel in your menu bar and you can shoot those over. If you think of any questions later, just feel free to send me an email. My email address is lissa.evans@talktotucker.com. And then our next Social Media Monday webinar is, pull up my calendar, July. That is a lie, I think. Well, it is July, but let me just double check the date. Nope, July 8th. We had bumped it a week for the 4th of July holiday, so no, it is in fact July 8th. And that topic is going to be Instagram basics for your business and your personal accounts. And that is also going to be run by myself and or Christy Kalavsky, since Bree's on maternity leave. So if you want to get signed up for that, check out the digital class catalog, which you can find linked in the Buzz each week. Check out the shared calendar we have. There's a registration link there, or just check out the Buzz in general. We'll be promoting it a little bit closer to July. So I hope everyone has a great day, and if you have any questions, let me know. Thanks.